the gift of light, the gift of a new day, a new flight of birds. Bright, flight, light, sight, might. The birds are everywhere flying around. I don't know if I missed the angle on this one or not yet. I think we're still good. Yes. A couple of practical announcements. I just added a little link to the description of this video for a series for Advent by Kathleen, Star of Wonder. The sun is a star, by the way, and we wonder at the sun. We are filled with wonder. And so this is a very creative little series to prep our hearts and minds for Christmas, Advent, starting tomorrow. But I think there are already some pieces up, so I encourage you to check that out. And then I also took off a few pieces that were on there, so if you want to see anything you missed, go back to yesterday's video and see the description. And I'll probably take off a few more pieces because it got overcrowded, the little attachment list to the video. And so that's there. And then another very practical thing, next Saturday will be the last Saturday for Sunrise Stroll and Chat for a good week. So I will do it, God willing, next Saturday, if I'm alive and well. And our yearly 8-day silent retreat will start on Saturday evening and will last until that Sunday, until the following Sunday. So full 8 days. So normally is to be expected that I won't be doing any media work, okay? Because our souls need time for quiet, to drop the ordinary activities, to spend a time with the Lord, a time of quiet, of pondering so many blessings, of spending time in prayer, of asking for grace, of becoming more involved in the mysteries of God, the mystery of life. It's a time of prayer and recollection, reflection, examination, strengthening of the relationship with Jesus, our understanding of the mystery of salvation, of our role in it, the gift we receive through it, the purpose of our lives, a review of the year gone by. A great time. We won't be conversing among ourselves. It'll be a very personal time. We'll be in community, away from the normal activity of the day, of the week, of the work, in the presence of God. And that's what we have every day, in a little bit of prayer, but then have a whole week. It's a very different environment, because after 2 or 3 days, one really gets into the life of prayer. You know, it's maybe you see it from your angle and say, wow, these guys do all this prayer. But prayer is also a big challenge. It's a struggle. It's like everything. It takes dedication, and if you give it dedication, there's growth. There's blessing. It's not something that we force grow, because all the plants need time to grow. All the flowers need time to blossom. All the fruits need time to ripen. And so our own prayer lives as well. So just so you can plan on that. And that's a great time for you as well, because some of you maybe always hang here for a little introduction to the daily readings. And that's fine. We all need our little sources of inspirations, and the Sea of Galilee, here where Jesus walked and talked, is a very nice place for that. But it's also good that, you know, that we fly ourselves and take out the scriptures and read them and ponder them. So then I'll be with you each day, God willing, for the first week of Advent. And then we'll move on from there. So today, in a sense, are the last readings of the ordinary year, the ordinary time, and of the whole liturgical year. And tomorrow we start a new liturgical year. And today we finish up reading Daniel and the Gospel of Luke before the Passion starts. So finishing the Gospel of Luke, and you know, in the ordinary time we do all 3 synoptic Gospels, one after the other, bit by bit, and reflect on them throughout the year. So basically the themes are obviously very parallel today. It's about the end of the world. This whole imagery of the 4 kingdoms in Daniel that have been variously interpreted and understood. But the bottom statement of both readings, the Gospel and the book of Daniel today, is that the human being is loved by God. Each human being, every human being. And the kingdoms of the earth can try to crush God's people. But our lives are in His hands. And like maybe for the most startling culmination of all that plan of revelation that is actually Calvary. And that's really where the readings end up, in both places, as the earthly moment, and then there's the heavenly moment of renewal, of new life on a whole different plane. And all of this gives us a great sense of belonging to another kingdom. And the world can do what it wants to us, but it cannot overpower God. And we can suffer horrendously in this life, but there's a very different future. And we can have great confidence, and because of that we don't have to take revenge. On the contrary, by letting that whole issue of justice and retribution be handled by God, and taking on the task of educating even our enemies to non-violence, to forgiveness, to mercy. Because if we use the same tools as the violent, the tools of insulting, the tools of rancor, the tools of prejudice, the tools of hatred, the tools of worldly kingdoms, then we're putting ourselves at the same level. And we don't belong at that level. We're in that level, but we don't belong here. We're passing through this level, but we're preparing for a very different kingdom. And that can give us great serenity. There are many things people do in their lives to deal with very difficult situations, but they don't lose their head. They don't lose their serenity, because they know that they have to go through a very difficult surgery. So they say yes to it with serenity and confidence in God. I'm going to go through the surgery. I'm in God's hands. And we don't get frantic about also serious, difficult things. Serious and difficult bad news. A little bit like Job and his wisdom. Without having the fullness of the revelation, Job shows us a very clear path. The Lord has given, the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. What a great way what a great maturity. Patience, that virtue of charity, the first expression of love is patience. And that means that serene endurance of contrariety, of difficulty, of suffering, of pain, of sadness, of broken relationships, but with the hope of restoring, of rebuilding, of the victory, the total victory of goodness. So may this year, as you look back on your year and look forward to a new liturgical year starting tomorrow, may you be blessed and have that serenity of the Sea of Galilee this morning. No matter how difficult it was, no matter how many conflicts you've had this year, issues, problems, maybe some difficult relationships, to put it in God's hands. And He's the King, He's the Lord of time and history. He's the Lord of my life. Whom do I fear? People, God bless you. See you later, alligators. We got the moon up there, look at it, right over my head. God bless you, people. It's been a great liturgical year with all of you. See you later, alligators, hopefully in the next liturgical year starting tomorrow.